I don't know what made me stay young, but I'm going to take it for whatever it is.
You have to pretend you know, or the video is no good.
Okay. I think exercising is just crucial. This is bad for Brazil, but I try to eat not too much red meat. Social life is crucial. Bem-vindos ao canal Amigo Gringo.
That's right, and that's all the Portuguese we're speaking today, so that everyone can receive this message. Of course, the subtitles are here. We are here with my mother.
Hello.
At Harvard University. Because there's so much noise here, I'm going to use this as a microphone. I hope nobody minds. We are here at Harvard because you are going to share some wisdom. And what better of a place to share wisdom than Harvard University?
I agree.
Why are all these chairs out here today?
Because in 4 more days is the Harvard University 100th commencement.
Okay, so this very spot that we are in, somebody is going to be getting a PhD from Harvard. So
a lot of people.
So you are going to be giving our audience a PhD in how to age so gracefully. You don't look a day over 64.
Oh, you're sweet.
How old are you?
84.
84. Can you believe this, everybody? All my friends always say, wow, your mother looks so young. She's so vibrant. She's so well dressed. And she's done a blog for 15 years.
When I was about to turn 70, I felt like it was a very important decade. And my son, Amigo Gringo, suggested that I write down my thoughts on a blog. And now, last week, I published my 1500th blog.
Twice a week for 15 years.
Yeah.
So what is it? What are the secrets?
I think the first thing that I would say about why I want so much to live a long and full life is because I have 2 wonderful kids that I want to follow everything that happens with them. And so I want to stick around as long as I can. And also...
Still think I'm going to get married.
Seth's dad, he was, had Parkinson's disease, and I wanted to stay well so that I could always take care of him, which I think was worth doing.
And as most people know, he passed away in October.
For the first several months, there was a certain time of day, every day at 5 o'clock, I would be missing the fact that he wouldn't be here for dinner, and then I would cry. And I would also have other moments during the day when I would feel sad. Somehow 6 months went by, and I realized that was a piece of my life that was fabulous. We had 56 years together. But that doesn't mean I have to stop living. There's so much left to do. I have a lot to live for, and so I've worked very hard on it, and I'm continuing to do it.
I think that is one of the keys. It's obvious you are working hard both to be in good shape physically and to have an active emotional and intellectual and mental life. Why don't you take us through what you do?
I eat properly. I've been doing that for a long time. It's very important to have the latest information about what's good for you, like walnuts and blueberries. And
good luck getting blueberries in Brazil. They're so expensive.
I try to eat, this is bad for Brazil, but I try to eat not too much red meat. And I love fish, so I have a lot of fish. And anyway, I try to eat healthfully because I think there's so many things that can go wrong with you, and having the proper diet is one thing that helps. Secondly, and this is really, really important, I exercise religiously.
Religiously doesn't mean twice a week.
No. It means every single day before I do anything, even have coffee, I do about half an hour's worth of exercises and working out. I used to skip the weekends, and now I don't even skip the weekends.
And who's telling you what exercises to do?
Well, I have a sort of a trainer. She comes maybe twice a year, but she's been working with me for about, 30 years. I think exercising is just crucial.
And just to be clear, you've had various illnesses over time.
Oh, yes. Well, I did have a bout of breast cancer, which is in remission. I had a fall once and broke a hip, and so I had a hip replacement. I've had 2 full knee replacements, but that's all fine. All those parts are working fine.
To me, the most amazing thing is your social life, because I see some of my friends' parents and they struggle to have a social life, especially if they're alone.
I think that having an important social life is crucial to having a successful older age. And for example, one of my really, really good friends now, I just met 4 years ago, and we're
Wow.
brand new friend. I've been lucky in that some of my friends all the way back from college, or when I first moved to Boston, or when I first became a mom, I have a very big network of friends. Not to feel sad about it, but I realize that none of us is going to live forever, but I'm enjoying every one of them as much as I can right now. And so Seth is right. I do have an active social life, but I also work at it.
Just to be clear, you've lived here in the Boston area. Well, I just saw a picture of you, which we'll stick in here, from 1962. Which is, if my calculations are correct, over 60 years ago.
But it's by great good luck that some of my really good friends live here, and that I'm making some new friends. I'm also...
How do you make new friends when you're this old? Sorry. Oh boy, we'll need to edit that out. Edit that out, everybody.
I try to keep my mind active, and so I take courses, and there are people in my courses that are new. And I take courses with people my age, and I also take courses, I sit in on courses with undergraduates at Harvard.
You also worked at Harvard for
33 years.
33 years. And you know, I'm here for a graduate school reunion, and my friends who knew you back then said you are very at ease with younger people, or people of all ages. I wonder if that also kept you young. You were surrounded by young people until you were retired at 75.
That is correct. I don't know what made me stay young, but I'm going to take it for whatever it is. I mean, obviously we all have our ups and downs, but I think I've had a really good and lucky life, and I love a lot of people, and I want to be around them as long as I can. And so I'm very serious about taking care of myself. I volunteered in a bookstore where a lot of young people came in, and I loved it because these little kids would come in. And I love having my grandchildren little, and I love having them big and watching what they can do right now. I think I've been very lucky, but I also think in some ways you make your own luck, and I think I've worked at it.
What's the saying? The harder you work, the luckier you get?
I think that's pretty good.
Right. So like if you exercise every day, that doesn't mean you're definitely going to be healthy for a long time, but it sure gives you a better chance of being healthy for a long time.
That sounds right.
Donald Trump eats cheeseburgers every day, and he's still alive. But many people, if they ate cheeseburgers until his age, would have died of a heart attack. You know, he's lucky. You are lucky, but you've also put in the time. You deserve to be lucky.
Well, we don't always get what we deserve.
That's definitely true.
I think that it's all about in your head. If you want to, if you think it's worth working for, then you're likely to be successful in having a full and long life. But you have to want to badly enough to do some stuff to help.
Let me ask you a provocative question. How much of your happy life do you think comes from living in the United States of America? I can just imagine people in Brazil saying, well, you live in a rich country.
I can't say that I wouldn't be happy someplace else. I'm been to a lot of places, and of course visiting is not the same thing as living there. But for example, I've been to Brazil, and I can't wait to go back because it's just such an interesting set of people.
Mãe Gringa no Pantanal, setembro 2022. In Cambridge, right around here, I see a lot of older people. Now, you are in the best shape of any of them, but I see many older people walking around, laughing, having at events. I think that this also, maybe being near a university is another.
Huge.
There's a big community here. There's always events going on to go to. You're not just sitting on your front steps and, reading or drinking lemonade.
Or something worse.
Or gin.
Or something better.
So what is it like being near a university?
I think that has a huge role to play in the satisfaction of my life in my older years. And I think that university towns are attracting, in general, across the country, are attracting older people who are retiring and still want to keep their minds alert and be around young people. I mean, to me, I recently was on a trip with my other son and my two grandsons. I had so much fun because nobody talked about their pills or their illnesses. We just talked about things that were funny. We had a great time.